Today, we stand at the beginning of an extraordinary era, one where human ingenuity merges with the boundless potential of artificial intelligence. The topic that captivates and fuels our discussions is none other than AI and its intricate relationship with creativity. From the Renaissance masters to the modern-day visionaries, humanity's creative spirit has sculpted our world in ways that defy comprehension. But now, as we gaze into the digital horizon, we find ourselves confronted with a profound question. Can machines truly be creative? So which begs the question, if AI is already becoming creative, is it restricting our own? Okay, now, first of all, this thing is written by ChatGPT because I cannot come up with a good script. Okay, so today's two big topics will be AI, artificial intelligence, and creativity. Now, people generally don't think these two words as the same thing. They're like oil and water because, well, AI runs by our commands in code, and creativity, it's not something machines deem to have. So this big question, number one, is AI creative? And second, is AI restricting our own creativity? I want to look at this two questions from a student's perspective. Because every other perspective, such as digital artists and video makers, that is so common on YouTube, on the internet. People are saying, oh my God, AI is so good at drawing hands. I can't draw hands. And for video makers too, they can make short videos without even humans helping them. So a student, as a perspective, people think students are the ones that are benefiting the most because we just copy and paste from ChatGPT. So before we start all of this, I want to ask you all a question. Do you think is AI actually restricting our creativity? Who thinks yes, it is actually restricting our creativity? Okay, who thinks no, it's actually doing okay? Okay, so let's see if I can change your mind by the end of this. So I wanted to take a look at the roots of this, well, topic. And the first time where computers and the internet was first introduced to the general public. And that is in 1993, where the first computers and the first batch of internet was actually put out to use by the public. Were they good? Oh, okay. I'm pretty sure no student here knows this. So for the older ones, the teachers, please tell them about what happens. Okay. So the first computers look something like this, okay? They look bigger than the ones shown here. They're like about this big. And you can't do anything about it. There's a program there that runs, and if you put your birthday in, they'll calculate your age. And another little program that's like Pac-Man. So does anyone need this? Well, it is extremely expensive. From it here, you can see it's anywhere from $5,000 to $8,000. To put that into perspective, that is roughly around 2 iPhone 15s. And lots of people would say, okay, that's still not a large amount. But back then, it is a significant amount. That is around half of someone's life savings. And to use half of your life savings to buy something that is pretty much useless, and you've got 5 kids, and you need to buy food, and you need to buy clothes, that's not some money you can just waste. So people are saying the internet can't do anything. It's pretty much useless. No one's going to use it. But look at how it is now. Look at how the internet has shaped us. We have so many things. We have everything from our phones, our iPads, our smartwatches. And I know some of you there are using your phones. Okay. So this brought us to another question. If AI and technology is already so well produced now, then hasn't anyone thought of this question, like, is AI really creative? Has no one run a test on this? And yes, they actually have, and it's called the Lovelace test, named after Ada Lovelace, who is the first computer programmer. This test was specifically designed to see if a machine can actually be creative. Now, a machine is deemed creative if it can produce a result that is not written by its code. And the first machine they did was to see if this machine can give creative melodies, which is melodies that are programmed by computers to technically give out. And well, this was technically achieved using random number generators and fuzzy logic. So okay, let's hear it. How good was the first melody that the machine created? Okay, that was not a very good piece, and it's certainly not something worth listening to. But people are saying, okay, AI has evolved, it's gotten so much better over the years, it has to have gotten better, right? And well, yes, that is true, and now more machines are becoming better at giving us melodies. Instead of using just full-on randomness, they would give the machine an actual piece of sheet music, and they would change the notes based on the pitch. So here's a little test for all of you. I will have two recordings, recording A and recording B. One of them will be composed by AI, and the other will be composed by Mozart. And now let's see if anyone can tell the difference. Here is recording A. Okay, now here is the next one. Okay, now which one do you think is the fake one? Who thinks A is the fake one? Okay. Who thinks piece B? Okay, so joke's on you, both of these were created by AI. Because, well, okay, many people would say, hey, but they sound so real, right? And no need to be embarrassed. People would say it too. I would have believed it if somebody told me these two were actually created by Mozart. Because, well, they sound so much the same. But people are still saying it's still created by code. Because people are still giving code for it to create the melodies, right? So they're not really in any way creative. Okay, but here is something for you all to think about. We as humans, in a sense, are also coded. And why do I say so? Because in a human body, we have something, millions of them in fact, and that is called genes. They dictate our every function, our every trait, our every characteristic, everything from hair color to our eyes to our skin color. And what do scientists call them? Genetic coding. So in a sense, our body is also like a giant computer. And are we really as creative as we say we are? Well, okay, that's a topic for another day. So back to the main question. Is AI taking away our creativity? Ignore the typo. Okay, so this is the big question here. It seems as if this question has a definite answer. It should be a definite yes, right? Students are getting so lazy now that when teacher gives us our homework, we just copy and paste from ChatGPT, which I know because I do this for religious. But the thing is here, okay, but really, is it really making us uncreative and less thoughtful? Well, not really, right? Because if you think of it now, look at how much AI has improved our lives, how much technology has improved. And why is it that this generation is the one generation that has improved by leaps and bounds? Why is that? It's because we have creative AI and we have more technology than ever. It's like the same thing as before we used swords and axes to fight. Now we have guns, we have ammo. Heck, we even have the nuclear bomb. And would anyone say that's a bad thing? Well, on the battlefield, maybe it did cause damage to Hiroshima, but it is a big improvement, whether in technology or by human limits. And it's the same thing with AI. If new war plans and better tactics and strategies have been developed because we have better weapons, then shouldn't we also adapt our minds and thinking to it as well? AI and technology is adaptable and changeable, so we also need to put our minds to it. It's like, for example, I'm writing my religious homework, and I use ChatGPT to find all the cold, hard facts about it, but there's one thing that ChatGPT or any other machine completely lacks, and that is creativity. And that's the one thing that I believe only humans possess. And that's the same thing. Well, we can add creativity when it comes to our works, and it'll be a masterpiece that no one will ever know. And to sum it up, it's like that quote from Spider-Man. AI is a great power, and with great power comes great responsibility.